say, so one way that I use numerology in my business is exactly what Megan talked about in point number one, is going from the many to the one, talking about those universal energies. So one of the things that I talk about a lot of different universal energies on TikTok. I do something called rhythmic living, and numerology is part of that, right? It's one of the tools. So by doing that, it helps people relate to me on TikTok. If I'm talking about what the astrology is, or the retrograde, or the moon cycle, or the fact that it's a 9 energy day, that all helps people relate to me. And when people can relate to us, they want to follow us because they feel connected to us. So it helps you build your following. It helps you increase your influence, your strategy. So that's one way. Another way is that I do what I call moon alchemy marketing, but that's because I'm very branded as Moon Alchemist. But I bring in the astrology, I bring in the numerology to help other business owners know the best time for them, like their personal life and their business numbers, to do every layer of their business, right? And like every layer of their business. I didn't know to bring the numerology into that before I took numerology with Megan. I've always been very attracted to numbers, but I didn't understand the energetic component of numbers, which is one of the things I love about the way that Megan teaches numerology. She combines the intuitive, the energetic, which I'm an 11 too, so I'm extremely tuned into that. But she also combines it with solid business strategy. That's what makes it practical. It's practical in your life, but it's practical for your business, which then for those of you who serve other business owners, enables you to make it practical for your clients. Right? So for me, Megan talked about the fact you could also do those little mini readings, and I tried that and I didn't like it. But that's because if I can do a reading for someone on their business and make $2,000, I don't want to do a $150 reading. Like, that's not a good use of my time. It's another reason I love taking courses with Megan, is that she can individualize it. She understands that it doesn't make sense for everybody's business. Some of us it does, and some of us it doesn't, and some of your businesses will change, right? So 3 reasons that I love working with Megan in numerology, and it's completely transformed my business.
Oh, thank you, Angela. I just so appreciate hearing it. And it's so true. Like Angela's saying, she's at this point where those types of readings don't necessarily make sense for her. And so she can find ways to integrate it into the business model that she's at. And, you know, for clients I find who are first coming into numerology and they're like, I don't have a business, how do I build it? Those $100 to $150 readings start out as their kind of like bread and butter. And then what happens is I teach people to look for the patterns in their clients. And once you understand, once you've done enough readings, you start to see these are the reasons people come to me. These are the patterns that I'm experiencing with my clients. Here's the conversations I'm having over and over and over again. Well, if you're having the same conversation over and over again, this is something that needs to be leveraged in your business. And then from there, you can start to develop more leveraged offers. And so that's kind of the route that I walk through with people who don't already have a business or who are looking to start something from scratch. But if you're coming in with a business, then we're like, well, where are you currently at? And how do these pieces fit in and like further strengthen what you've already got going on? So I love that. Thank you for sharing, Angela. Also, I think we have Jen here. Jen, you popped in. I'm so glad you're here. Jen's been doing numerology for forever. You're like an OG numerologist.
Hi, everybody. The Zoom link was spinning and spinning and spinning. I'm sorry I'm so late. I was trying to get in, and I was like, my internet gods were saying no. But I got in. I'm here. I'm so glad. Thank you for having me. I apologize for my lateness. How do I use numerology in my business? Like Megan said, I've been doing numerology for about 3 years now. And I would say, how do I not use numerology in my business, right? Numerology changed everything for me. Number one, getting my first blueprint really gave me belief in myself, because I had been I had been a healer for 20 years. I've had a Reiki and massage therapy business. I came online and I'd been doing this for so long, But when I received my blueprint and I understood that I was the emperor, I started to embody who I really was. And so for me, I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. That was like a big piece for me. And so I had a business, but I didn't have the confidence. And so I started stepping into who I really was. And that is really the goal that I have for everyone who walks through my world is self-actualization, right? That is really the true goal for all of us, is to self-actualize. That's, I mean, that's like a big part of why we're here on this planet in these bodies, is to self-actualize. So receiving my numerology and understanding how I walk through the world really gave me the confidence to give that to my clients. And so I am a Reiki teacher, and I have a program called Embody Reiki. And one of the things that I do with everyone who walks through this practice, all of these people who are really stepping into themselves as healers, is that they receive numerology readings from me. And I really base everything that I do with each person individually based on their blueprint, their strengths, their values. The planes of influence are so important. Knowing whether someone is in their mental, their emotional, or their physical plane helps me to teach them in a very specific way. And I really do use those numerology blueprints for everything. And when I first started out 3 years ago, I just started using them in my daily posts for my, for the daily pulse. Every day I would sort of tap into the energy of the day and I would start to write about it. And I started doing that for myself, not for anyone else. It was for myself to embody the numbers. So this was really important for my practice. I did I've done 200 mini blueprints. I have done like 75 big blueprints, and it really has helped me to actually build my business online. So coming from a place where I had a business, but it wasn't super strong, numerology strengthened my business. And Megan knows that, and she did some math for me. I mean, I have brought in a lot of money, like $100,000 from blueprints, and like people moving into long-term clients with me. Megan is correct when she says that this is a long-term coaching tool that you can use with your clients for a really long time. It's not to make people dependent on you. It's to make people really understand who they are and to self-actualize. So that is sort of a long-winded way of how I use numerology in my business. I would say I use it every day of my life, and I can't imagine living without it now. And I'm so grateful to Megan for walking with me during this journey. And it's so powerful. So if you're on the fence, jump over, because it's time for you to take numerology. It's so powerful. I highly, highly recommend it.
Thank you so much for sharing, Jen. I just love it. Like, we've known each other for quite a few years now, and it's just so amazing to see how your business has like grown and evolved, and to see your confidence, and like you fully freaking embody emperor energy, and I just adore it.
Thank you. I'm just over here building my empire. It's fine.
Good. So good. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. I love it. And everyone in the comments is like, Jen is amazing. Yes, she is. So good. I wonder, is Carrie here? I'm like, Carrie, are you here? I can't tell. There's so many people here, which I so, so appreciate. Carrie was like, I'm going to try to come and share my experience too. I don't know.
Put a comment in there for you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. She put a comment. She had to hop off.
Oh, she had to hop off. Okay, beautiful. I totally get that. Thank you for saying. There's lots of comments, and so I don't know that I've caught all of them. So yeah, all of this is to say, if there's any pieces that we talked about today and you're like, is this for me? Would it work for me? Whatever, feel free to reach out to somebody who shared their story, to one of the other numerology students who's been active in the group, or any numerology student you can find. Reach out to me. We would love to help you figure out if this is a fit for you and your business, because again, this is something where, chances are, if you know, chances are if you're on the fence, there's probably like some fear or some worry of like, I said yes to things in the past that felt like yeses, but yet once I did them, they maybe didn't work the way I hoped, or they maybe didn't land the way I hoped. And if you feel that way, that's totally understandable of why you'd be hesitant to invest again. So if you have these questions, reach out and get support to make a decision, and don't make being afraid because last time it didn't work be your default decision place. Let someone support you. All of us are going to try to help you to make the decision that's best for you, right? The goal of the program for me is that the people who are here are going to grow, expand, and use this work to support, like Jen said so beautifully, their self-actualization and the self-actualization of their clients. Like, we are all here to contribute and uplift using our soul work. So that's my goal. And if it's using it professionally, let me know. If it's using it personally, that's going to be a piece of cake. That's super easy. The business is too. We just have to decide, like, am I in for this, right? And so this is where I find that most people, some of the hesitation will come up is like, well, I did this last training and I thought I was going to do something from it and it didn't really do it. And so if you have those feelings and you want to do this, like, just talk to someone to find out if it is a fit and where it would fit in with your business. The other place I find that people often question is, it's like, will I have time to incorporate this with all the other 10,000 things I'm doing? And I think one of the things that, because this is my question all the time, every time I'm like, oh, I want to learn a new thing, with what free time, right? Because I don't work more than about 25 hours a week, 30 max, because I only work 5 hours a day. And I only work when my children are in school. So between the hours of 9 and 2, those are my work hours. And so when you already feel full with your time, how do you add in something new? Okay. And so I want to just speak to that for a second, because oftentimes when we're full, there are things happening in our business or in our life that we're doing out of a commitment that are not generating efficiency, that are not creating a fulfillment, that are actually not uplifting us, but we just haven't recognized or noticed it yet. And there's two ways that numerology can support that. Number one, when you start to work with your own energy patterns and you give yourself permission to rest when it's rest time and be productive when it's productive time, you can get a shit ton more work done than if you work a 40-hour work week. I'm not kidding you. Like, what I can get done in 25 hours is like way more than most people can get done in a 40, 50-hour work week. And it's because I use my patterns effectively. I know which days are my days to work on my tasks, and I know which days are my days to rest, and I don't compromise my energy. And when I don't compromise my energy, I'm so much more powerful and potent in the things I do that my effectiveness goes up over time. So that's the first way that numerology can help you. And the second way that numerology can help you is by committing to it and just spending a little bit of time doing it. You will crowd out some of those other stupid, annoying things that are hanging on because they're just taking up space in your life because you haven't replaced them with something better. So this is my way of trying to navigate the way I make decisions when I want to bring in something new into my life when my life's already busy. I'm a single mom, I have 3 kids, and I'm running a full-time business. So if I have space for this, I will honor a way for you to have space for it, because my values are on simplicity and ease in business, keeping business spacious and grounded. You know, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see yesterday was a very busy work day for me. And I still took time to go for a long hike with some friends, to do a card reading in the forest, and to go for a sunset motorbike ride. So I still want the balance in life, and I want that for you guys as well, right? Smarter way to work. Woohoo! It's so good. Oh yeah, I never shared how Chantal uses this. I love sharing how Chantal uses it, because she uses it in sneaky behind the scenes ways, which I love. She uses it in VIP masterminds, where she helps her mastermind members understand themselves better so they could take advantage of windows of business opportunity unfolding in their life, right? They can see out, they have windows where there's sales opportunity, windows where there's marketing time, windows where there's connection time. And she also uses it to help people more effectively plan their launch, right? So she's branded it very specifically to her work, which is all around helping people grow and launch businesses. And she does not offer one-off readings, right? So when her clients get to work with her in that capacity, it's really special. She only does their numbers as it relates to how they're going to launch. So super, super fun. Anyone want to share something that landed? You girls are so quiet today.
Well, I'm going to say something. I missed pretty much your whole call because I was on the detox call. But I just wanted to say that knowing Megan as a person, I can speak to her character. I haven't taken her courses, but I've taken all of her free trainings that she's ever offered within the last 3-ish years. But I'm in Ayurveda school, so I have no capacity for it right now. But I just want to say, Megan, you are such a beautiful human. And honestly, everything you share, like we're in a group together, a different group together, and everything you share is just so inspiring to other members. And I just love the community vibe that you have. So for anyone who's going to sign up for your course, they're super lucky to have you as a teacher because you're just such a beautiful woman.
Nance, you're the best. Thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. Oh, so good. Oh, yeah. You guys are sharing in the comments too. Amazing. Leanne was saying, when you sell without confidence, it doesn't work. Oof. People feel that. Yes. The lessons on sales plans and how to build them. Yes. There needs to be a combination of the strategy as well as the energetics. And when they're aligned and they work together is the sweet spot. When the energetics and the strategy are mutually supportive, there becomes this like really powerful energy alignment that's so huge. How to build a customer experience is huge. And the customer experience is everything from the random social media engagements to them participating in whatever free content you provide or education-based marketing you provide, like this, for example, into whatever paid products and services you offer, into follow-up, into ongoing client care, into aftercare. Like there's so many pieces into that we can really support them through understanding their numbers and knowing kind of what supports them. It's like understanding people's love languages in a sense, right? Knowing where they get their affirmation and where they get their validation from and where they get their integration from. You can see that in people's charts, right? And so when you understand, it's like you could meet them there and be like, you know what? I know you're dominant in the emotional field. You really care about how this feels for other people and for yourself. So let's like meet you there, right? Or whatever. Thank you so much for being here, Cindy. I want to thank everyone because I want to have the tools to be the best I can be. Yes. Beautiful. Numerology. I randomly met someone years ago who opened my mind and I knew I needed it in my life. Beautiful. Amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, Marty, you're so sweet. You have the most amazing energy. Thank you. Angela is saying desperation versus confidence is big in how people feel. And I know you're referring to that in regards to sales conversations. So whether it's social media posts or an ongoing sales conversation or DMs or whatever it is, we can't fake our energy. The energy is imprinted in the words that we're expressing through the keyboard. So people can feel you if you're confident, if you're desperate, if you're worried, if you're anxious, or if you're like at peace because you trust your process and you've done the energy work to know you're in alignment. And like I'll tell people when I'm coaching with them, if you're in that place, don't have the conversation. Like you don't need to reply to people instantly. Go for a walk, ground by a tree, get some water in you, dance it out, then get back to them, right? Like they can wait the 2 hours or whatever, 30 minutes, like depending on where you're at, even a day or two, if that's what you need to shift your energy. But when your energy is in the right place, those conversations will land. So it's so important. Oh, such a special week. So many discoveries. Yes. Beautiful, fabulous information. I've loved this week. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.